All right, so this is take two of the stream I was doing yesterday. I used the Arccos sensors in my clubs, and when I was going through my bag the other day, I realized I needed to regrip. So instead of just buying grips and putting these back in my clubs, I actually found the Arccos sensors with the Golf Pride grips, and these are the mid-size. I use that slightly bigger grip so it doesn't hurt my hand. And yeah, so I've gone halfway through. I actually went through regripping some of my clubs. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the clubs. I've done my driver down through my 7-iron, and now I have the rest of them to do. Also, within the set, I have one which had a bad sensor. Luckily, I'm checking the sensors before I'm putting these on my club, so I found that the sensor was bad before I did it, so I'll be sending this back to Arccos. Anyway, that seems to be that. I just want to check that the stream is actually working this time. When I was doing this the other day, I streamed for about 58 minutes and I found it was all set to private, so I talked to myself for an hour, which is typical, really. Let's have a look. Let's go to the YouTubes. Not a bad morning, Saturday morning. Norwich won the second half. That means they lost the game, but yay. All right, let's see if this is actually working. And me. It looks like it's live. Take two. Excellent. So if you are seeing me on the live, definitely put something in the comment. I am not fully certain if... Hang on, they don't like what I'm sending it at. Oh, my stream quality is good, not excellent. That's not too bad. All right. Anyway, so it does look like I'm actually streaming this time. If you're on vertical, I probably will not be able to see you because I haven't quite worked out how to find that out. When I'm within the shorts, it's supposed to pop up there somewhere, and I'm not quite sure how that works. So actually, let me change accounts and just go into my personal account and see if it shows up that way. And we'll search for Golf 50 at 50. Search. No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Well, I'm finding the main stream, but I'm not finding the vertical stream. So if you're on vertical, sorry, I won't be able to see your comments, but if you're on the regular wide, I definitely can. Excellent. All right, so we're going to get the rest of these grips installed. I am not an expert at doing this. I learned to do this during COVID when, you like the shirt? I learned to do this during COVID when you couldn't get stuff done at the normal stores. So I bought the stuff and did my first set of clubs. Again, I'm not an expert. I just know enough to get this done. So let's get cracking. Basically, when you're putting on grips, you need 3 things. You need one of these tools that will help you rip off and take the old grip off. You'll need your golf grip, grip tape. Not like a skateboard grip tape. This is sticky on both sides. And then you'll need your actual like adhesive. So we'll go ahead. I'm just going down my club. So my next one should be my 8-iron, which is probably not in here right now. Let's go to the 9-iron. And then we'll have to find my 8-iron at the end. I have another sensor in the end of my sensors, so I have a blast motion thing, trying to work on my tempo in my swings right now. Anyway, so here we go. The 9-iron, you'll see I still need a good cleaning right here. Taking off the old sensor first, keeping these just in case. There we go. And then I'm going to go into Arccos right now. Okay. And then let's see if we can show you this. All right. So I'm going to go to my clubs, and I'm going to go at the top right here, manage clubs, go into my 9-iron. I'm going to bring it this way, sorry. Selected my 9-iron. Now I want to unpair my 9-iron, unpair. It's going to keep the data, but it's unpaired that Arccos sensor. So now I'm going to make sure I've got my new sensor. I'm going to go down, select my 9-iron, repair. It's going to ask me, whoops, hang on, sorry about this. It's there we go. It's going to ask me what type of club sensor I have. This is the one that I have. And then basically stick that in front of there. I'm going to change hands. Bear with me 1 second. Hang on. This is for the vertical people. Well, pairing complete. Finish. And now all the way at the bottom, you'll see that 9-iron's there, and it still has all the data on how far I hit it is still there, which is super helpful. Okay, so I'm putting this, I'm going to say it nice and loud out loud, putting this to the left because I will lose where I put that. Okay, now we need to get the grip off. Make sure your vise has padded areas. I also have this, but because of the depth of this keeps falling out, so I'm not going to use that. I'm trying to put my vertical, not the, this is the bottom of the club, not the top line, so we can get that nice and straight. Do it tight, but not too tight. Okay, so you get the hooky bit right there. And then that, oh wow, that came off fairly easily. See, the wear on this isn't too bad, but I want them all to be the same, and they were all different grips. So I have, these are the PXG, what are they? That's not a PXG. The PXG 0211. And it's like one of the first like game improvement iron I've had. And it's kind of, when I first got them, I was basically a club longer with them. And, oh no, this is an annoying one. I was a club longer, but now it's kind of dropped down to my old yardages with them, which is interesting. Now you got to peel the old grip tape off. Sometimes it'll just come off super easy. Other times you're going to see it's a little annoying. If you've had your grips on for a really long time, this can get all degraded and really terribly sticky. So sometimes you get a razor blade and you can scratch it off. And this is a little awkward right now. There we go. I'm sure some of you may have regripped your own clubs and you'll be like, why are you doing it like that? This is much easier. Always willing to hear feedback how to do something better. Since I've been doing the regripping myself, I used to regrip very occasionally. And now, probably, some people will say you need to regrip every year. I probably regrip every year and a half. I know some of you may not keep your clubs that long, but I do, especially my irons. I actually have one club. Getting distracted right here. I have one club, my Cleveland. I'm going to show you this right now. This guy right here. It is a Tool Action 485. Now, when I looked up online, I've had this forever. This was actually out in the 80s. So this is an older one, but I love it. I can open it like wide open. It's got a nice sharp edge at the front and clip it off that tight lay. It does get me in trouble sometimes, but I do love that club. Oh yeah, take it off. Here you go. You don't want that. Believe me, you don't want that. Oh dear. Well, when your name's is James Long, I understand. There you go. Wow. So the live stream, I managed to live stream only to myself yesterday. The first of the PXGs I did, this just came off in one. And now it's taking it a little longer. Perfect. All right. First one's off. I'm just going to make sure that's like semi clean. Again, here's the grip tape. So this is like sticky on both sides. So what we'll end up doing is sticking it, taking the other side off, sticking it down. But you're going to make sure that the grip, here's the guy, the grip right here, this bottom section is going to be hanging above the club right here. So if I put it right next to it, these are a little longer than the original Golf Pride grip. So I'm going to make sure I'm clean down here. And then when I put this on, I'm going to be hanging over by about that much. So let's try it. All right, we can get this nice and straight. Again, I've got my, you can't quite see it, but my club head is straight up. And then about 1/4 of an inch over. Okay. And we're gonna bend this around the club, around the shaft. And I just got banned for probably saying that. Oops. All right, we'll take this first bit off. So I'm trying to get rid of any bubbles. My bubbles. There we go. Never seen it do that before, but have a trash can near you because you do make a lot of, or rubbish bin, depending where you're from. So I live in California, in the Bay Area, originally from England. So sometimes you'll hear some Californianisms. Sometimes there'll be some weird English stuff. So it's just the way it is. We're going to fold in the stuff at the top. This is nice and sticky. Okay, next bit. These are the mid-size grips. And what I found is it's really easy to get that first section on. But this section, it's the corded grip. It's a little harder to get on. And you got to make sure you've got a lot of lube, a lot of the grip tape spray solution. So first thing is we'll get this all slidey, and then thumb on the end. Be liberal with this, don't try and be cheap. There we go. And then we're getting this all mixed in. Put some music to this, it'll be fun. There we go. Get it where you want. Over the end. Ah! Oh my gosh, there it is. And then slide it on. And again, I was being a little cheap when I did this the other day. And it was, if it's hard to get on, you haven't used enough lube. All right, now I'm gonna measure. I've got the club head right here, and I'm just trying to get this straight down the line. Now, some people don't like to see like the Golf Pride thing. So if you look at another one of these, if you turn it over, you still have all of the alignment marks. So if you don't want to see Golf Pride, you can always flip them the other way around. To me, it doesn't bother me. I want them all the same. That is pretty perfect. Just going to get rid of any excess. And there we go. That one is ready to go with the rest of them. Whoops, put it down on the floor. Make sure it all lines up. And on to the next. So I still need to find my 8-iron, which I have somewhere, but we'll find it in a bit. That was my 9-iron. Next will be my wedge. Sand wedge. Usual wedge. And I also still need to clean my clubs here. So, all right, cool. This is onto my wedge. I'm going to take the original one out, and I'm going to go through that same process every time. So that's my old sensor out. And now I'm going to bring up the app again after cleaning my fingers from the solution. What did I say? Pitching wedge. All right, let me see if I can get this. Okay. Pitching wedge. I'm going to go top corner, manage clubs, pitching wedge, unpair, unpair, pitching wedge is unpaired. Get another one of the get another one of the sensors. You're going to come down, find the unpaired club. I could go repair. Select the sensor that you have. Finish. Okay, so that one's ready to go. Again, I'm doing that because one of the sensors I got does not work. So I'm going to have to send that back, but there we go. All right. No, probably need it that way around. Okay. Oops. And I want it facing up. I'm getting the, I'll show you right here. I'm getting this piece vertical, not this piece. This piece is what I want vertical. And then it's going to help me with my alignment when I go to do the aligning. There we go. Okay, nice and firm. Got the little hooky tool. Get it in there. Oops. Just be careful with that bit so you don't stab yourself and then bleh, guts. There we go. Now that came off easy. So I have a little bit of extra wear on, I guess, on my right thumb. Somebody who knows more about the swing, am I holding it too tight on my right thumb, or is it more of a right-handed swing? Oh no. So sometimes you'll have to get a knife and like scrape this off, but I think I'll be able to peel it off. Often on the back side is where you'll find the piece to pull it all the way off, where the grip tape comes around. And if you're on the back side, let's have a look, quick look. It depends how they were gripped, I guess. Oh no, this is on the side of it. Interesting. Let's try this instead. Or is that it? Oh, that's it. Yeah, it's so weird. Like yesterday when they did this, a couple of the PXG, the grip tape just came straight off. And then sometimes when you've regripped them and then you get them, you take a thing off, the grip tape will actually be in here, and it's ready to go. And then the older clubs, sometimes you'll find like the grip tape is all in there. So I use medium grips, not because I have big hands or anything, but I get some like mild arthritic pain in my knuckles, and the smaller grip was hurting, and I used to put like 2 layers or 3 layers of the grip tape and then put my club thing on. And somebody was like, why don't you just get the medium grips, which makes much more sense. So that's what I tried. It is a little bit of an adjustment. And if you were wondering if it helps you, maybe like regrip one club and go to the range and hit a bucket with it and see if it helps alleviate the pain that you're having. See if it does any weird things to your ball flight and stuff. I found it fairly easy to adjust to because I was already using a couple of layers. Oh wow, this is frustrating. Need a slow-mo camera for this coming off. Oh my gosh. Excellent. Who's playing golf today? If you're playing golf, tell me where you're playing. It's been pretty miserable. Well, I'm saying it's been pretty miserable. Most of the states have had snow, rain, and all kinds of nasty weather. And out here we have been. It's been pretty nice, to be quite honest. But the last week we've had a lot of rain, a couple of storms come through, a lot of wind. Today is actually a nice day, but I've got my clubs halfway done, so I'm going to definitely get this fixed today. Tonight I go watch the San Jose Earthquakes. Yes. So if you like football, soccer, whatever you call it, it's a big year. We got the World Cup in the Bay Area and other places. And I'm super excited for that. This could be the year that England win it all. But they break my heart every 4 years. Well, actually every 2 years. So we'll see. But it could be the year. You never know. You never know. Again, if you are on mobile, I cannot find my stream, so maybe it's out there. After this club, I'll have a quick look and see if I can find it. There we go. All right, so just like I did last time, I put it back in the vise, and I'm getting that. I'm going to show you this, making sure that that edge is vertical, not that edge. There we go. First thing on, try and keep your area clear. So I actually have a little catch bin. You can't quite see it, but it's just underneath. So when I'm spraying on the lotion, it's not the lotion, sorry, the grip tape spray solution, it drips into there. Okay, let's get the hands done. Okay, first thing, we're going to get the grip tape on. These are all the same length as before, so I need about 1/4 of an inch over the end. I'm going to push one side down first. Trying to get rid of any bubbles. There we go. And take this piece off first. Perfect. I'm going to leave the other piece on while I get this folded around. Get rid of any bubbles. There we go. Grip tape's nice and grippy. Poke in the bit at the end. Not this one. This is the one. Make sure you keep them separate if you're pairing in a similar way that I am. And then so the Arccos, I like the Arccos. It brings in, you know, you hit one shot, you hit the next shot. You don't really have to look at your phone. It just kind of does it. You can definitely do something similar with, what's that one? 18 Birdies, and I think there's some other apps out there. But it's a lot more of a physical process messing with your phone while you're on the course. And this, you know, you can have the sensor in your pocket. You don't even need to use a phone, which is kind of nice. Hopefully I used enough of the solution. This one's a little tougher. I think I was a little cheap with the solution. Come on, get in there. Let's go. Okay, if I'm on the end and I'm going like that and the whole end is moving, I haven't got it all the way in. So I got to give this a little bit more. There you go. Oh, okay, there we go. So I'm going to check I'm lined up. And that actually, my club head moved a bit that way. So I'm going to need to slide that around. Yeah, all the other grips I've ever done have been a solid rubber or corded the whole way. This is a combo, and it doesn't go on as smooth. The front bit's like super easy to get going, and then when it gets to the corded, I think it's a little tighter, and that causes its own little issues. All right, I'm going to take that out, put it down on the ground, have a little look, see if everything lines up. Yeah, that looks pretty good. There, straight, perfect. Okay, so that was, what was it? That was my wedge. So we are on to, not the sand wedge. We're looking for the gap wedge. There we go, gap wedge, excellent. Same process. Taking the original Arccos off. And I'll show you every time just for fun. All right. This way, that way. Okay. So, Arccos, manage clubs. We are going to gap wedge. Unpair. Gap wedges down there. I'm going to select it. Repair. Whoops, hang on, let me go this way. Repair. Select the type. Found it. Hit finish. Finish. Okay. So this is the gap wedge. Again, I'm putting this to the side so I make sure I remember where that is. And then we're going to go vertical. Again, this piece vertical, not that bit, this bit. Bottom line, is it bottom line? I think it's bottom line. Okay, that's not straight. Yeah, that's vertical. The hooky, cuddy, dangerous bit right here. Oh! Just kidding. Just looking for wear signs. Just that, again, on that, on the thumb right here is where I'm getting it most. So, okay, now we gotta peel it off. So I have Blast Golf sensor because I've been working on my tempo on my 8-iron, and I was using it last night. So that's a sensor on top of the sensor. I was using it last night, and I don't remember where I put the club afterwards, so I still need to do my 8-iron. I'm going to put some music on in a minute and go look for it. It's got to be around here somewhere. And I do have that one club to... Oh. I'm looking at the comments and I have a thing saying, your stream health is excellent. Okay, thank you for that. I wonder where I had some really bad golf jokes. Let me see if I can find those. I mean, they are just absolute trash. Oh no, that's the whole screen. I don't need that. Bear with me. Hang on. All right. There we go. Okay. Are we ready for these? This I asked AI for 25 golf jokes, and they gave me some. They're stinkers. They're really not very good. So let me bear with me 1 second. I was just checking the camera was focused on me. It's all good now. All right. Why do golfers always carry 2 pairs of pants? In case they get a hole in one. Yeah, not funny. Or funny, I don't know. Golf is a lot like taxes. You drive hard to get to the green, and then you end up in the hole. What's the phrase? True dat. I told my wife she should take up golf. She said I'd rather go shopping. I said, perfect. You're already used to spending hours getting nowhere. That's true, but I'd rather be getting nowhere on a golf course than anywhere else. Oh no, so this is the first joke regurgitated. Why did the golfer bring an extra pair of socks? In case he got a hole in one. I don't, not right now, but I've carried extra socks in my bag before. And I've got to a course without my socks. I was wearing flip-flops and I had my golf shoes in and I didn't even think. So I got to the course, I went to put my golf shoes on, and the pro shop ended up selling socks to me because I did not have them. Oh, this is annoying. It's riveting stuff watching somebody try and get the tape off, isn't it? Oh, that's a good bit. Yay. Oh, keep going, keep going. Ah. What else? What's the difference between a bad golfer and a bad skydiver? A bad golfer goes whack damn. A bad skydiver goes damn whack. I think he actually goes damn splat. Oh boy. Just a little bit more. There we go. All right, all of the tape is off. Perfect, and let's make sure I'm still vertical. So I think anybody, you can always take, if you've got a pro shop or whatever, definitely support the pro shop and have them do your clubs, and you don't have to waste. I mean, this is going to take me probably an hour and a half to do all my clubs. So if you don't have that time, dropping them off at your pro shop's probably a really good thing to do. But if I can do this, anybody can do this. You know, I'm not the handiest person. If you give me something with a network cable, then I'm your man. Something with an audio cable, yeah, I can look after you. Again, a 1/4 inch over in the end. But not the handiest guy on the block. But I can do this. You can definitely do this. It's not that difficult. There we go. Getting it nice and smooth, making sure there's no air bubbles. Not that my hands are that sensitive that I would be able to feel something like that. But it probably helps when you're sliding it on afterwards, the club. It probably helps if it's smoother, if there's no air bubbles. I'm saying get it nice and smooth with no air bubbles and creases, and this is creased to hell, but There we go. And then we'll get the other bit off. That bit was really satisfying. That 1/4 inch we're going to fold into the end. I've got my little towel here to keep my hands free of the stuff. Got my little catch tray still. I'm going to get this nice and lubed. There we go. Super slidey. Okay. So most golf grips you'll see actually have a hole in the bottom, and you're going to want to put your thumb over the hole. This seems to work kind of the same, but not quite. Okay. And now I'm getting it all the way lubed around. There we go. All right. Golf Pride on top. Like I said before, if you don't want to see the advertising, most clubs like this will have the excuse me, the bits on the bottom as well, the alignment stuff, unless you're using the Golf Pride Align. And again, I'm finding these corded ones, they go on really easy for the first bit, and then when they get to the corded bit, it gets a little bit more difficult. Oh no, don't come out. Don't give me hassle, man. Okay. I'm not sure how long they take to dry. I've always given them like at least 24 hours after I've done them before playing with them. And my workbench doesn't have somewhere really good to put the vise, so I have a big piece of wood right here that moves around, which is not ideal. All right, now I've got that club head vertical again, but you'll see if my end bit is a little wobbly, so we're not on all the way. And it's slippy. Did that get in all the way? No, it's still not there. Ah, don't do this to me, man. That is annoying. If somebody does this and has a real nice vise they like, let me know, because I'm not in love with the one that I have. Oh, that's better. We still got wibbles? We still got wibbles. I can actually see the mark right here where the other one was, so I feel that we're not all the way on, and we are way off on the alignment. So, oh, what's happening right here? I see what's happening. My vise, the rubber bits are breaking. So I may have to try and use this again. Slides on. Slides up. See if we can get this to work properly. This is not perfect, man. Okay. Nope. Well, we've got a bit of a disaster right here. You'll see that these rubber bits are absolutely useless right now. So let's try this again. I'm going to try and do one bit there. Oh, come on. Come on, man. One bit there, one bit there. Let's try this. Let's see if this is better. That's pretty good. All right. I've still got a bit of wibbles, bit of wobbles at the end here. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to do the alignment bit. That's my first bit, that's my second bit, and my third bit's over here. So, you know. The rubber, like the corded bit is really solid, but the rubber bit moves a lot more. So to get all three bits aligned with that club face, I think that's pretty close. Once you've done that, make sure the end is pretty solid, and then put it on the floor. Look down on it. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Okay, check that one more time. Yes. Okay. Couple more clubs to go. So I only have 3 more grips because I have the one that had an issue, and I have 4 more clubs. So I'm actually going to do, I think I'm actually going to do my sand wedge, my 60, and my 8 iron, which I'm going to go look for right now. I'm going to put some music on while I go look for it. My 60, and leave the 58 that isn't my friend. So hang on, I'll be back. I think I know where it is. Okay, where are you? Huh. It was here all along. It was right by my desk. That is so perfect. Okay, so right here I actually have the blast motion sensor. I used to have, oh my gosh, it was called a Zepp, and then Zepp went out of business. I believe like Blast sued them, or there's some copyright infringements. Anyway, I did the upgrade program from the Zepp to the Blast. I like this. I've been working on my tempo with it. I don't appreciate that you have to get a subscription to unlock all the features, but for what I'm using it for, just swinging, making sure I actually swing the club every day. So far, it's been working for me, and then trying to change my tempo was like 2-1, and now I'm up to like 2-7, so I'm a little bit wider and a better tempo. So we'll see if that relates to the course. I haven't been playing that much recently because of the rain. Anyway, so not that I'm completely against all subscriptions, as you probably know. The Arccos system is a subscription-based system. You buy the items, and then you have to have a subscription. But I feel like the data that gives me is really, really good. And now I've worked out how to use the set pin position properly. I believe the data going forwards is going to be a lot more accurate as well. Anyway, so that's the blast motion. Apparently it works for putting, and that I've only used it for full swing. So we're not going to do that anymore. We're going to go to the 8 iron. Other than my 60, this may be my favorite my favorite club. I don't know where the sensor's gone, to be quite honest on this. It could be in my golf bag, although I didn't see it the other day when I went through it. So who knows? Again, I'm going to make sure that that is vertical. There we go. Is that going to pop out? Yes, it is going to pop out. I think I need it on that last bit, and then it'll hold. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. All right, so I have 3 more sensors, 4 more clubs. We'll go through this one more time. And it's kind of awkward to hold it so you guys can see, but all right, I'm going to go up here, manage clubs. Hello, focus. And I'm going to select my 8-iron. I'm going to unpair my 8-iron. I'm going to go down here. It will show you unpaired clubs. I'm going to add it, repair, repair, sensor type. Found it really easily. Whoops. Once it finds it, finish. Putting this off to the left. All right. My little hooky tool. Meow. Stab me. Yeah, I love hitting this club. It's kind of the best of, I don't know, I just love this club. The shorter clubs, I have a tendency to hit high and pull a little bit recently. The longer clubs, I definitely have a fade, but this, I love the 8-iron. Do you go through fades? It's fades. Parts of your game where for a period of time, like it's really good with 1 or 2 clubs or a section of clubs in your bag, and then everything else is just like absolute mess. And then when you think you've caught up on something else, then that original thing just starts to fade away. I find that all the time. No, I won't say I'm a confident putter. I won't say I'm struggling with my putting, but I started like a kind of a claw grip thing recently on the short ones. I was left hand low for the longest time, and all of a sudden I've just started doing weird stuff with that. So for normal like longer putts, I'm still just a traditional grip. But when it comes to those, 10 foot and in, I've been experimenting a little bit. Oh, that was satisfying. Oh, that's interesting. Is that the serial number, which was printed on the club, is actually on the tape. Okay. I think these grips are a little bit longer, so we'll go wipe it down a little bit more. We're making sure there's no tape on that until we want tape on that. What's going on here? There we go. All right. Quarter of an inch on the end. Nice and smooth. More jokes. Why do golfers hate cakes? Are you ready for this one? This is a class one. Because they may get a slice. Ba-dum-bum. Oh, it's a little bit. Did not get it all smooth on that one. It'll be okay though. I'm pushing that around. Get it nice and smooth. Now I've seen some people, they will do this without a vise. and you know, they'll just change the grips without advice. They'll get this and they'll just cut it down and lube it up and slide it on. I'm not there. I'm not there. There we go. That's pretty smooth. All right. Grip right here. Oh, my Golf Pride up again. If you don't want to see it, on some grips you can just turn them around and slide them on the other way and they still have the lineup marks. So that's just a total personal preference thing. I don't mind it, so I'm going to have it facing me. Get a lube up the shaft there, make it nice and slidey. Thumb on the end. Do not be shy using this stuff. I'm just getting this all mixed around. Rock and roll. Okay. Golf Pride on top. Oh, bugger. There we go. Let's get this nice and tight. Not too tight that you break it, but nice and tight. Okay. Try it one more time. There we go. Slide. Oh, no, 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 no. Can I do that? Nope. All right. Let's try and be a... No. See if I can do it without. That is annoying that I've damaged my vise. This is kind of working, actually. Okay, we'll switch hands. Okay. Let's see if it's in the end, which it is. Now I've got to do the alignment. So there's the club face. And, oh wow. After all that wobbling, I've managed to get it pretty close. Let's pop it back in here for the final alignment. I like to get nice and low on it. There we go. All right. So that's the club head. It's a little on the... Okay, that looks pretty good. Here's my alignment. Right here. And there's the club head. So we're not doing it to this bit, we're doing it to the front piece, and that looks pretty good. All right, put it down on the ground. No, it's a little bit off. A little bit off. And give it a bit of a turn this way. So another look. Okay. That feels pretty good. Okay. 2 more to go. 2 more to go. All right. I'm going to give myself a quick break. I'm going to go get a drink. My fridge is in here, so it's not very far. You should still be able to hear. Lemon is the way to go. Okay. Yep. Still can't find the vertical stream. That's so annoying. Weird. All right, where would I find a vertical stream? Anybody? So the shorts, and if I search in shorts for Golf 50 at 50, I am not seeing it. I see the other one. Yeah, but I don't see the... Weird. Okay. Yum. All right, we'll kill the music. Only have 2 grips left to go because I do have a broken one. The club I'm thinking of dropping from my bag is my Vokey SM9 58 degree, because I also have the very old 60 degree club. So I'm going to leave that guy for right now. We'll do the sand wedge first. Again, it's those PXGs that get all the hate. 2011. Make sure you get that rubber piece in your vise so not to damage. And this has been sliding out, so I'm going to try. There's a little notch halfway down. Let's try that instead. Maybe, just maybe. No. Actually, maybe I can do this. The notch there, and then this notch here. Maybe. Maybe. All right. Ooh. Again, I'm twisting it, getting it vertical, like that. Not this piece, but the front edge. Here's my hooky bit. Don't cut yourself. Oh, I didn't take off the end. I really should have tested before cutting that the other 2 grips are good, because I do have one bad grip. But I may as well finish this now, and then we can slide that bit off. I'm going to go into my Arccos app again. Boom. I'm going to go to Manage Clubs, top right, Manage Clubs. Select the club I want to do, which is, this is my sand wedge. I'm going to unpair it. Scroll to the bottom, find the club, repair the club. Select the right grip type. Oh good, it found it. Club is paired. Perfect. I need to change my putter. I still have my Never Compromise putter in here. That's not the putter I use, so I need to get that fixed. All right. So that's that. That's been found again. Put this to the left so I don't forget where I put it. Ooh, getting better. Getting better. So what I've done several sets of clubs, and one of the older clubs that I was doing, I was having a devil of a time getting the grip tape off, and I ended up using Gooby Gone, which left this horrible like residue. It got it off, but it left this horrible residue, and then I spent a long time cleaning it, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend using that. All right. So again, that top section of the club is all solid to about here. So when we put this down, again, that's how far that grip tape needs to be. So I found it's about 1/4 of an inch over the top. And put on the first bit. Clean as you go, they say. Clean as you go. Need to heed my own advice. reset my workspaces. Trying to put this on nice and smoothly, doing one side then the other. Trying to avoid any air bubbles. Not that my hands are that sensitive and I would feel that. Do we need music now? Would that help it? Maybe. First bit off. Roly, roly. Roly, roly. There we go. Boom. And fold this in. Oh, we have other jokes. Hang on. Let me see if I can scroll. I'm not saying my golf game is bad, but if I grew tomatoes, they would come up sliced. Okay. Why did the golf wear 2 shirts? In case you got a hole in one. We've had that one. What is a golfer's favorite letter? T. All right. Plenty of lube on the shaft right here. Plenty of glue on the shaft. And then do not be shy when you're putting it in this part of the club. I have a catch tray under me. This is the dance. This is where we need the music. Hang on. It's like holding the corgi, I'm holding the golf grip. Okay. Golf Pride on top. So I have bought cheaper golf grips before. I bought like Crest golf ones and they were fine, but they just didn't last as long. So, oh, this is good. I lubed this one enough. It's sliding all the way on. And the vise looks like it's gonna hold long enough. Oh, it's really close. I can see it giving way. Oh, okay. That's pretty close. But not quite. You can see this end bit. So I've got the shaft to about here, and this end bit is wobbly. So I still need to make sure it's on all the way. And what I find is if you stretch the bottom bit, and then go the middle bit, and then do the top bit, kind of pulls itself down there. Okay. Yeah, I think the vise is actually being more of a hindrance now. It's kind of lost its oomph. Oh, maybe it was loosening. I know it would be better if I put it on the actual desk itself, but... Oh yeah, that's all the way in now. We'll give it one last stretch down. There we go. All right. Okay, so this time, that's the club head, and now if I pull it, that's where the grip is pointing. So my things are here, and the club head is open. So I need to get that. And it doesn't like glue and hold immediately. It gives you time to make it perfect. So that's the top. This is where I'm going, still closed. It's closed at the dress. Still closed a little bit. Get this top bit. Top's looking good. Middle needs a little bit. And then last thing to do is put it on the floor. Look how it sits. That is still closed. Put it on the floor. There we go, perfect. So they're on top and the face is straight. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna let that one dry. So again, I have one more of these. I'm gonna check that it sinks first before taking off the previous grip. The one I'm gonna do is my 60 because I made that take that 58 out of my bag. The old sensor will still work with the new sensors, so that's really not an issue. So before I remove all of this, I am gonna re-add the 60 degree. All right, let me see if I can get this good. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna go here, club distance, manage clubs, go to my 60. Gonna unpair, select it, repair. Whoops, sorry, repair. That was quick. Finish. Cool. And now get this one off. All right, so last time this nearly worked. I'm gonna put it, there's a groove right there, but there's no groove on the other side. So if I put it here and tighten it up, not too tight because you don't wanna, let's make sure I got the top edge tight there, vertical. So on the wedges, sometimes if you have a curved face on the bottom, if you look at your grooves, those grooves on most wedges, on most clubs, are going to be straight across the face, so you can align with those, which is pretty much what the other one did. Okay. Straight down. And we'll pull this guy off. Oh, interesting. Now look at the wind grip is coming across and taking most of the grip tape off with it. Haha! You see that? You see how it's like dried and cracked inside, and it's kind of stuck to the grip rather than the shaft, but underneath the shaft I have a ton of stuff. I'm gonna take these off. This little bit of tape right here, I used to use those tape machines that you can make a label maker, and I would put like my 7 o'clock swing length, my 9 o'clock swing length, and my 3/4. So I would know all the things by looking at my clubs. That was after I did like the Dave Pell's book on, let me kill the music. The Dave Pell's short game book. And I was using that for a while, and I couldn't remember all of the distances. So I would basically tape them to my clubs. So when I pulled a club, I'm like, okay, this wedge is this wedge is that, but now it's more of a, okay, I know those distances. So it's still really useful. Such a good book. The Short Game Bible is such a good book. The putting one, I didn't vibe with that as much as the short game, but that wedge system, clock system, whatever you want to call it, it's why I have so many wedges in my bag. and I kind of like it that way. I think I was around anywhere from an 18 to a 20 for a while, and my drop in scores was definitely due to learning the wedge system, not necessarily my full swing improving in any way whatsoever, but it was those weird distance wedges that, 35 to 80 yards, those quarter wedges and everything, huge difference. So now I'm like at 13.9. This is the year I get to single. I'm coming for you, Mike, in Oregon. So nearly did that wrong. Gonna have a friendly competition with a guy in Oregon, Mike Golf's Oregon, super cool guy, and we're both around the same age, and we are both a 13 handicap right now, and keep flirting with becoming a single digit every year. I think I have a slight weather advantage over Mike, as he has Oregon weather to deal with. So he has a shorter season. My issue is in the middle of peak summer golf season. That is when my outdoor movie business is busy. So I do the movies in the park on the big screen. So that's when that's super busy. So I don't get to golf as much as I would like to in the summer, but I may have to work on that piece. All right. Here we go. That's on. Okay. Remember what I said about remember where you put something? I put it on my left-hand side. Oh, here it is. It's still in the box. Okay, perfect. So going to get that super wet. If it's slidier it is right here, the better. Make sure you do have a cloth around. I'm sure some people will do this with things on their hands, with gloves and stuff, but I can't do manual stuff with gloves on my hands. Okay, thumb over the end. Oh, we're gonna have music for the dance. Hang on. Now I got this all over my Stream Deck. This is fun. All right, get it lined up. Hand on the front, hand on the back. So that first bit goes on real easy, and then if you get these grips with the corded at the end, the rubber on the front, you'll find the first bit goes on so easy, and then the second bit is a little tougher. Okay, oh wow. That went straight on. That is perfect. And as it went straight on, I have a feeling that that's gonna, look at that, baby. Oh yeah. 1, 2, 3, and that's all the way to the end. Yes. Put that down. Make sure it all measures up. Yes, look at that. Okay. So I do have that one club left, just for fun. I wonder if I can make this. So this is the one I was having an issue with. So this will leave like the one wedge I don't use much in my bag without this grip. But let me see if I can add it. I'm going to give it one final try to play nicely with others. I'm going to try and sync it to my old driver right there. actually. That's it. No, I'm going to sync it to the one I'm trying to replace, which is that 80 degree. Nope. Edit, manage clubs, 58 degree, unpair, select it, repair this sensor. No, this sensor just does not work. Is it because it's just dirty? It's like this one looks like it's been through the wars. No, no. Skip. You have paired 0 clubs. Okay. So now I'm going to have to do the original one. Nope. So we're going to go edit, manage clubs, find that 58, repair, repair. Yeah, my old one syncs fine. So that's definitely a faulty sensor. So we'll put that back in there. Hey, while I'm here, I may as well fix my, done with music, thank you very much. May as well fix the putter. So let's see if we can work out how to do this. Manage clubs, add new club. Do you have a pin club with a QR code? Manually select club to pair. It is a putter. Okay. Back. No, I don't want to cancel. Putter. Putter. Continue with putter only. It is... Where's the putt? Oh, here he is. Huh. One of these. Sensor already paired. Doi. Skip. Finish. Okay, so I need to go into here. Need to edit, manage clubs, select the putter, unpair putter, and now I need to go done, manage clubs, add new club, select putter, select sensor, it's found it. You've paired the club. How do I edit the club itself though? Add club details. Okay. It is a Costco putter. It is a Kirkland signature. No. Oh, Kirkland signature putter. Boom, done. Okay. So I have the new putter added, and I'm going to bring this in. You'll see that it's right here. And as the sensor in it was still connected to my Never Compromise putter, which was my old putter, which I had for like 20 years or so. Let me see if I can find that. Oh, here we go. So these are my two old putters that I used for the longest time. They're two of the sub 30 B1 putters. Absolutely loved them. Tried two different. The original grip was a really nice feeling, and then I ended up replacing it with the Super Stroke, the big one in there, and I couldn't quite get used to it. I feel like the head was too light for the size, and I didn't know where it was. And then when I went to the Kirkland, I added the additional weight. But these guys, I absolutely love them. But they got relegated after the Costco putter. To begin with, the Kirkland I did not like at all. And then I went online and bought the weight kit and went from, I think it was the 10s to the 20s in the bottom. And wow, what a difference. But with any putter, those could always make it back to the bag. I've been told I should try one of the larger head putters, and that will probably help. But for right now, this is going to be my gamer. So that is all of the clubs. All the clubs done. And that's about it for now. So for the two people who joined me, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. And I got my clubs done finally, which is good. I'm really interested to see. Now I've got my putter in there correctly and the new Arccos. I wasn't really missing shots, but now I've got all the grips consistent throughout my set. I'm looking forward to getting out there and playing around with them. It will be nice to have the Golf Prides back on all of my clubs. I did love those wind grips that I had, but unless you're going to change them maybe more than once a season, they're really lovely. The Dry Tech 2.0s, but unless you're going to, if you play a lot of golf, unless you're going to change them maybe twice in a season, I feel that they're a little bit too soft and will wear out. But oh boy, they did feel good. I may end up going back to these at some point, but for right now, I'm going to try the Arccos. Anyway, that's about it.